Anyway, but yeah, so there's a creator called Ironmouse. They're probably I would say, if not one of the big, they're definitely the biggest English-speaking VTuber on Twitch. 2 million followers on Twitch, so it's a pretty big deal. She did a competition to invite flesh tubers, which is the name that basically people who don't use a model, who streams in like real, to become a VTuber, because VTubing like costs of models and rigging, there's a lot of money involved. So, it's a cool thing that they were trying out, and I applied a few weeks ago. And very long story short, I got in. Although the longer story is, I didn't hear back for 4 days. The deadline ended, or when we were meant to get told when we got in or not. 4 days went by, so I thought, well, I'm not in. Okay, cool, great. Well, I'll just go lie down in a dark room for a while. Great, because I really liked my video that I introduced or sent to them, because it was really good, costume change stuff. And then I heard back on the 5th day saying I was initially in, but not officially in. So I was like, oh, so I'm on like the waiting list to confirm. So like, please confirm you can do these dates of these events. So, yes, I can. Absolutely. 2 a.m. That's fine. Don't worry about it. I will deal with it when it comes to it. Confirmed to us by Sunday, 6 p.m. their time. So like midday my time. So I did that and stuff, and then didn't hear anything back. So I was on stream on Monday, and I was refreshing my emails every 5 minutes. That's why I was like, oh, email refresh. That's what I was doing. And then I got an email saying that I didn't get in. They said that I wasn't in because of time restraints. So I was devastated. And that was like 1 a.m. my time. So I emailed them back saying, you know what? I would like to be involved. I think I'll be a good candidate. I think I've shown that I'm willing to be involved in stuff. And basically an hour later after that, they went, I'm not going to say how I did it, but you're in. So I got in, which is pretty cool. And I was like, oh, and that's why I rang Nessie, because I was like, Nessie, this is what happened. And Nessie, oh my God, what? Yeah, so there was me and 13 other creators. But yeah, from 14 people to 5, my chances, I think I worked out as 35% chance of getting through, which wasn't huge. But no, everyone did a really, really good job. And I don't think they quite expected that. Because like the thing is, right, we had a meeting on Tuesday, like our first group meeting, saying, hey, congratulations, you lot are in. And we got told what we needed to do, which was make a 1 to 3 minute lore video. And it had to be handed in. And they kept saying 3 days. It wasn't 3 days, it was 48 hours. We had them technically less than 48 hours, because the meeting schedule for me was midnight on Tuesday, and it had to be in Thursday at midnight. So 48, it wasn't 3 days, it was 48 hours. Less than that, because obviously times and stuff and sleeping. So it was 2 days. We all had. But no, I don't think they actually expected everyone to do as well as they did. So we had to make the lore video and stuff. It was a lore video. Lore video is basically, for VTubers, it's basically your story, like how you became thing. So if I did one for me, it'd be basically my history. So I got born at 9th of May in wherever. Like if I want to make it like boring, like I was born in Southampton, 9th of May, blah, blah, blah. I grew up, I went to all boys school, I went to college, university, I did a photography degree. I worked retail for like many years, and then lost someone close to me and then started streaming, and here I am. So that basically be a lore video. It's basically, if you like play D&D or stuff like that, like backstory, that's basically lore. You're building like a story for your character. Like if you look up lore videos, like VTuber lore videos, some of them are like 12, 15 minute long. Like they are very well done. But yeah, so we had to make a lore video. And I had this idea. I spoke with a friend, Nessie, who's a VTuber. And I was like, okay, I want to continue, because like the thing with VTubing, especially with like agency and stuff, and there's a little lore. If you don't understand this, don't worry. Sometimes you have to basically completely drop your past life. So when you see certain, like, even like Ironmouse, she's never shown herself. She uses that model because she has health issues. And she's been open about it. A lot of people use these models because they don't want to be on camera, look at health issues, but it allows them to basically be on stream or create content and stuff. So a lot of people use that for that sort of thing. Where with this, it was a bit different, because like it was, hey, we've got these flesh tubers, these real people who want to become VTubers. So I was like, well, I'm not going to hide away from it. I'm going to embrace it, So that's why I wanted to sort of transition it from my streams into that VTubing. So that's where the detective thing came from. And I was like, literally just fell into place, because I was just like, it could just be literally, basically my lore, as it were, is I'm a time travel detective. I've always been a detective. I came to this year or 4 years ago and started streaming as this character called Warwick, the flesh tuber. And then I finally got rumbled by the time bandit. So then I was obviously finding a new persona and stuff. Like, I like being on camera. I like getting dressed up. I like making my setup nice and stuff. I like being animated. You know, I'm a very animated person and stuff. You know, I like the interaction and stuff, you know. But I like the VTuber side. It does open up another door because, like, you can do different toggles. Like, you can throw stuff at a streamer. Like, you can have, like, a channel points thing and it actually throws things at you can make their head bigger or smaller. You know, there's certain elements. And also, what's great about it is it allows people who don't feel comfortable to be in front of a camera to be able to make content and reach out to people. There's Matara. Yeah, she's like a bug lady. Yeah, it's cockroach. Yeah, she's cockroach. And also, like, I think like a moth, like hair and stuff. Lovely person. Very, very nice. Actually, like, the streams are actually really wholesome. And I think they've gone through a lot. I think they've had like previous issues with agency and stuff, but they're actually really good times as the cool people. And it allows people to be themselves without having to be on camera and stuff. Because, you know, not everyone likes to be on camera, you know? But like, what else is there? I think there's a truck. Yeah, I think there's someone called Truck Chan, and she becomes a truck. Yeah, so she's got like a model, but she always becomes a truck, and that's her lore. She became a truck or became a human. I'm not sure which one's which. But yeah, that's there we go. What else is there? Like, there's the standard like waifus and stuff. What other ones is there? Anyone say any ones? Like, not odd ones, but like unique ones. Just want to show the differences on, because I know for a lot of people when they hear VTuber, oh, it's like anime women with big boobs. Which, yeah, a lot of it is anime women with big boobs. Valid, you know, there's an audience for it. So there's no law. No, there's no law. You can do literally whatever you want, as long as you can sort of, it makes sense for you and allows you to do what you want to do. But the thing is, you don't want to make a law that pigeonholes you into something. You can be anime men with big boobies. Yeah, anime men with big boobies. Oh, no. Oh, Porcelain Maid. That's a good one. I like the lore of that Porcelain Maid. I don't know what the streams are like, but they are really good. So I believe, were they a guy? They died and their soul went into like a porcelain doll. She was amazing. Okay, yeah, okay, cool, yeah. So this is a Porcelain Maid. So basically, they were human. They died and their soul basically possessed a porcelain doll. So they speak with like a deep voice and man, and yeah, and there we go. So you got that, which is amazing. Like, it's just, that's all you need. Sometimes that's all you need. And that's the thing. Some of these you were seen before. What was your pumpkin potion? Yeah. If it exists as a VTuber model, that literally is that. Literally that. But yeah, there's pumpkin potion, like 50s style animation, and like, it's incredible. Like, it's very inventive and allows people who don't want to be in camera to try something new and be something. And again, like with that porcelain doll, you can just go, okay, I died. I possessed a doll. I don't know. Can be done very seriously or straight up mean. Yeah, literally, there's no in between. X, it really is either very serious or very memey. And it's very fascinating. Like, honestly, if you've ever looked into it, you thought it was a bit weird, just look it up. You might find something new. And again, like a lot of people VTube because they can't be on camera, and it allows them to be basically on stream and create a community and stuff. So anyway, Ironmouse did a thing called FleshTuber to VTuber Academy. I got involved in it, and it was basically 14 of us to get through each round, and each round there'd be less and less people to the final at TwitchCon in San Diego. So it went down from 14 to 5, which is 9 people, which is quite a lot. I thought it was only 12 of us, and I miscounted until the day. I didn't expect that in the first round. No, I didn't either, but I think because now it's going to be like a lot of work, because now each contestant who's got through will have like 2 to 3 hours with Ross and Ironmouse basically creating their character. So, and they have to get that done in a week. So like 3 hours for 5 times, that's 15 hours in a week. That's quite a long time making this, and also the Ross has to design it ready for the next. So it makes sense. It makes sense, you know. So yeah, there was a huge drop. So, you know, it was very tough. I think I had a 35% chance of getting through. But yeah, so that's basically what I got involved in. It was really cool. Obviously, very big emotions. And I had to make a lore video. And we're going to be playing the part when they showed my video. I slept from 6 p.m. to midnight to be ready for it, because I thought it was going to be a long time. And it was. And the video wasn't until 5:09 in the morning. For some of you, 6 a.m. But yeah, we will play the video.
We're going to get small to talk about...
My butt.
This not about our next contestant named Warwick.
Warwick.
How's the video? How's your audio, by the way? Do you want it a bit louder? I can make it a bit louder. How's the audio at the moment? I can make it a bit louder. I'm not sure how loud the video will be, but I'm still here, by the way. A bit louder might be good. Okay, 2 secs. It's fine for you. Okay, I'm going to make it a tiny bit louder somehow. Oh, there we go. Let's do 120%. Okay, let me go back select. Let me.
This
Lore.
And that's my
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
iconic clip of all time.
I feel like that fits him very, very well.
Yeah.
It encapsulates his character.
How'd that sound? I'm here, by the way. Oh, there we go. Oh. Was that a bit better? Sounds good. Awesome. Right, chat. Enjoy, and I'm going to break. And yeah, I'm not going to listen to it because I already listened to it already, so I'm good. But yeah, let me know. I will still see chat and stuff. Yeah.
I find Disneyland very tiring.
What?
Yeah, me too.
You don't feel the magic?
Magic's gone from
I
my
felt the
soul, my heart.
I felt the hip pain when I was walking around, but
I felt great the next day. I wasn't even
Look
sore at
great,
all.
feels
So,
great. Geez, Candy, okay.
I got a lot of comments about my butt being huge, so I'm living off that high. And on to the next.
you do have
Nice,
that.
nice, dude.
Candy
Nice.
just wants to talk
That's
about
awesome.
her butt. We're gonna
Wow.
get small to talk about
Not my butt.
this
Lore.
about our next contestant named Warwick. Woo!
For the last 4 years, this time-traveling detective has been living out their days as the persona Warwick, the Vtuber. But little did they know that things were about to change. Oh, chat, what a stream. God, and things that happened, I mean, some of them we can't even repeat here, but 15 inches. The laughs, the highlights, the fireworks, just probably the best Twitch stream in the world. But just chat, thank you so much. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here, right here, every single day for your entertainment, and you can bet on it. Open up. We know you're there, Warwick. Come out and we'll get you. Chat, not to alarm you, but I have to go. And so Warwick ran and ran. It then stopped because they were out of breath. They got caught. After all these years, they finally been rumbled. But they had a plan. A new persona. And the issue was, what persona would it be? So they got down to sketching, thinking of ideas and thinking what they could do. But realized quite quickly, they weren't very good with the arts. And then maybe becoming a waffle, but lack of arms, lack of limbs. And then you got whatever this is, which, yeah, no, I'm the narrator. I made this. I have no idea. And so they were lost. They had nowhere else to go. But then a school appeared. This was it. This was the answer. No longer would Warwick the Vtuber exist. Instead, they would don a new disguise, a Vtuber, enabling them to continue their great detective work, helping people in need, or entertaining them too, making sure to keep the secrets of the waffles safe from these evil bandits. Things may not be plain sailing, but with their masterful detective skills, limitless costume changes, and great smile, they knew they had a chance.
Interesting.
Cute.
A detective!
A detective.
So my first thought is the time traveling detective thing. Like, I felt like you could have leaned more on, because like it's like, who is chasing you, and like what like, I know you're trying to tie it into your history as a streamer and stuff, but I feel like you could have leaned more towards like a bit of a narrative for like why you left your time, who is after you, is that against the rules, are you trying to hide under a new skin, or like there's I feel like there's stuff there that could have been a little bit more developed. Yeah, someone in chat says like Doctor Who. I mean, yeah, like, I mean, you're British, you could have done you could have leaned into the Doctor Who.
But he can't be Doctor Who. There already is a Doctor.
I know there's a Doctor Who, but I'm just saying. IP, but because like just Jimmy. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's a little bit more, like, you had some interesting like lore points there that I think could have been more developed and less leaned towards just like a streamer background, if you get what I mean. That's just my thoughts. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, I found it to be very funny. I liked it. I liked the lore. The editing was really great. Time traveling detective. I think we need more time traveling detectives in our world. We're kind of like lacking some time traveling detectives. We had a time traveling detective a while back ago, but they don't exist anymore. So we need a new time traveling detective, and I think it would be really cool to see somebody take up that mantle of the time traveling detective. You know what I mean?
They ran out of time.
Yeah.
They ran out of time.
They sure did.
They ran out of time. They ran out of time. Male detectives, chat. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Detectives.
I feel like I wish they explored. I kind of agree with Raj. I wish they explored more like of the detectiveness and the reasons of why they were like going around and like doing the things that they were doing. I feel like as a detective, I feel like their last resort should be streaming. It shouldn't be like their one resort. It should be their last resort, because I would feel like as a detective, you would want to be a detective. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Katie?
I liked the pacing of it in the sense that you led up to what would be the reveal of the design, which is going to be the next, I assume, sort of leading into the next phase. So I think the way that you managed to avoid showing the design but still told your story was good. I like having the integrated section at the start as well. I think it was very creative in terms of the execution of the video. Like having like it actually being a stream that gets interrupted. I think that's fun. But yeah, I guess I agree with what Ross and the others said, that it just doesn't. I would have liked, I guess, just more about the backstory of like them being a time detective. How does that like impact them? Just kind of more about the character. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how to say it more than that.
Should
Kinda
we,
just, yeah,
should I
bring him in.
Bring him in. Warwick, get in here.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Very magical
Hi.
entrance.
Wow.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Thank you.
entrance.
Thank you very much.
Amazing
Incredible.
cinematography.
Yeah,
I
I
loved
do
it.
love the video work that you did.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
actually.
I'm so proud of it. Like, obviously, we had 2 days to make the stuff, and I had an idea, and I just ran with it, and it just fell just into place with the stuff, and I had a lot of fun with doing it, and it was whatever happens with this, it was something that I really enjoyed.
You did something that a lot of VTubers don't do. That's touch grass, and I
It's
find
true.
that very wonderful.
I will say, I don't think I've ever shown myself running, ever. So I hope chat
Very
appreciates that.
Yeah, it's very
And
vulnerable
I did
to watch someone run.
But I will
wouldn't have
touch
been
on the
able to
point that were mentioned, was that I would have wanted to touch more on sort of the background of the time travel detective. I felt that I don't want to give too much away in the lore video. I want to sort of be like people watching go, I need to know more, and get people sort of like interested in that and stuff. So if I get through to the next round, then there'd be more. So that was where I was coming from. But I understand the criticism, absolutely.
Yeah, I do like how it is open-ended, because that's something that I was kind of saying earlier, is that I like Candy said about the ending where you had like your hands and it was like, oh, what's happening next? I think that type of open-endedness is great. I think when it's too open-ended at the beginning, I think is when we kind of lose like the point of the character, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get that.
Any thoughts, Ross?
No, I think I said what I said. No, I mean, I think that like developing definitely the time travel, the origin, why you left, what was happening in the future, and like why people wanted to stop you, I think would have been a strong start, even if you kind of like alluded to it a little bit, because you can still do it without exposition dumping. So like you can leave like crumbs of hints as to like why it's happening, or small simple clues, so that like it is more intriguing, and then it's just less of just like the streamer journey, but it's like you tacked a bit of mystery onto the side. That's kind of my thoughts. Although
potentially
Yeah.
Potentially, it could be that maybe I'm trying to keep in like information like hidden so I don't get found out.
I
So I
totally
don't want
get
to give
it.
out too much. So
Totally get that. I totally get that.
Mm-hmm.
I like
But
a
no,
little bit of mystery.
yeah. But like with obviously I am a flesh too, but I wanted to incorporate that and bring that to this and show and bring sort of an element from my streams where I do like a cosplays and stuff. And the idea of being a detective is disguises. So being able to continue wearing different costumes on stream. So I can be like a Sailor Moon costume or cosplay, different types of like I'm undercover at all times. So that sort of
I
thing.
feel like that would have been interesting to build into it. Like you're when you're in different games, you're taking on different, like, you know, it's kind of common within VTubing, but like, oh, I'm going to different universes or I'm like presenting in different worlds. So I can see how that would be tied together. But like you said, you were trying to hold back some information to have that like to be built up later.
Yeah,
So,
it was trying to have that balance where I don't want to give too much information and go, okay, what's going on? I want to sort of just almost tease in a way.
You said Sailor Moon cosplay, and I'm thinking about that right now.
Yes. I mean, I am actually wearing my Sailor Moon cosplay right now.
Oh my god!
Like, I don't know if you guys can see my video or not. Yes, I love Sailor Moon. Yeah, very much so. Like, I do a whole Sailor Moon cosplay. I've even got my own emote Sailor Moon cosplay.
I'm named after a Sailor Moon character.
Mine is Jupiter. I love
Jupiter!
I don't think she gets enough love.
Mine
But
is
like, yeah, I do.
Cute.
I just love the idea of streaming, like even as a flesh tuber, being able just to be who I want to be and wear what I want. Like I've been doing this for just under 4 years now, and being able to find myself in streaming. Like when I started, I lost someone very close to me and I was very alone, and so I was trying to find somewhere to feel less alone and have somewhere for people to feel that as well and feel valid. And so being here in this space with these incredible creators and stuff, it shows that, hey, this is me, and people appreciate that. And again, just wanted to say thanks to everyone for all the work and everything behind this, and just being a part of this has been absolutely incredible. And obviously, whatever happens, I want to explore this further. But if you want to know more, then maybe next round.
I have a quick little question. Hopefully, it's not out of
Please.
place. But on
No,
your chair,
absolutely.
I noticed you have like flags. So you and also your
Yes.
pronouns. So your
I am non-binary. I go by they
goodness,
them.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
No, please don't be sorry. Please don't be sorry. I'm very masculine presenting. I've got a beard and everything else, and it's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
What do you prefer?
I prefer they them.
Okay.
Sure.
Thank you
Yeah.
so
But
much.
honestly,
I'm so sorry.
I'm not someone who's going to be like, because I know with pronouns and stuff like that, a lot of people aren't used to asking pronouns. People aren't used to. I myself, when I started streaming, I wasn't aware what was out there and stuff, and actually found myself realizing I was non-binary through streaming.
Well, this is a safe space here, so.
Yeah, exactly. And having that space and go, hey, I can be myself and show people I can be myself has, yeah, it's just been amazing. But yeah.
Yeah,
But
I brought it up in particular because it makes with regards to gender presentation, being able to play with that with models. Like you obviously can have the more traditionally presenting masculine model, but then also the flip side, you can kind of have that spectrum. Like you can present, like people use models that don't necessarily reflect IRL how they look. Like you can have like
Absolutely.
porcelain made who I don't think even really, I'm not really sure what
Yeah, I know them. Yeah.
sense is, but yeah, having I think it's just as somebody who's also non-binary, even though my model is very leaning into like femme presenting, like I think it's cool that like you kind of built that into your lore, that you shapeshift like costumes, like the aspect of like that part. I guess I just wanted to recognize and say that I think that's a cool idea.
And that's why I sort of went with the detective, because hey, they do costumes, they do, disguises and stuff, and that was able to bring that in. Like I have a Hatsune Miku cosplay, I have a Sailor Moon, I have so many different costumes that I like wearing and gender like breaking, and I want to continue that. So when I thought detective, I thought it just makes sense. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
Excellent. Any more questions before they have to go back to the pile?
Nope.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank
back
you.
to the pile with you, buddy.
Yay! Thank you, Warwick.
Hello, we're back. I do think I came across quite well. What was really rare about this was it wasn't just like, here's loads of videos, which one do we like most? Like they were actually like giving general critiques. Like Candy on the far left was so good. With like the critiques and stuff, like valid feedback. It was generally like really good. Like everyone who like comes from this can take actual criticism and feedback from that and go, you know what, that actually is valid. Not like, oh yeah, it was, you know, whatever. You know, some of them were very out there. And question, would you consider refining and extending that lore video? Absolutely. Like I wish I mean, it was 2 minutes and 40 seconds. I technically had like 45 seconds more. And I could have extended like the time travel thing a bit more. But as I said in the voice chat, I don't want to give out too much information at once. Be like, wow, there's so much going on. I wanted to make it like a coherent story. And like, you know, from the feedback and what people say in chat, like the editing was really good. It flowed really well. Like I personally think it flowed probably one of the better ones. Like just how it worked with different elements of media, you know, real life, drawing, waffle. Live action, you know, and then the VR chat at the end and stuff. So I used a lot of different mediums and told a coherent story. And obviously there wasn't too much information, but I wanted it to be like people watching go, I need to know more about this person. And maybe that was where I failed in that aspect. Maybe they wanted to know more, where they wanted a full-fledged lore video go explain exactly what I am. And maybe I could have done that the next one. But no, whatever happens, I want to continue doing this, looking into it. I may take a longer while, maybe a year or two, because I don't have the pressure of a competition to deal with anymore. I'm really proud of the video. It's probably one of the best things I've made in the time frame as well. We found out, basically, we had a meeting for like an hour, 2 hours, at like 2 a.m. on Tuesday. I rang Nessie because I was like, Nessie, I need to speak to someone. And Nessie obviously does VTubing. And I was like, this is what's happened. And we had an idea and we talked about it and we had like a whole plan of action. It was amazing. We had all these ideas. It was great. And I basically spent a Wednesday filming. So everything I did was on Wednesday. So I did all the filming, went out in the morning, did loads of filming, did extra filming. I actually went to, there's like a pier near me and actually sort of stood by the pier and sort of looked out. There's going to be an idea, but I went with the running side of things. Definitely a net positive getting tips from veteran VTubers and practice doing this kind of stuff. But yeah, just to have an opportunity to have valid feedback is very like incredible. Like not a lot of people get this opportunity and I'm very thankful for it because like, as I was saying, if you watch the lore videos and stuff or saw who was involved, they are very highly regarded content creators. Like they establish themselves already, you know, they the resources or have like the connections to be able to help them out. Like my video was all done by me. Everything was done by me. The only things that were added was like music, which I credited and like some art and that was it. Everything I edited and voiceover was all done by me. You know, I understand that I was sort of the smaller creator out of the lots, you know. Like the one who no one really knows and like the new person as such. So it was harder to sort of break that barrier, if that makes sense. Which it's fine, you know, I'm still learning, I'm still growing. I've done this almost 4 years. I still have a full-time job. You know, I can't do it full-time at the moment. I wish I could, but if nothing else, I've made connections through this, you know. I got people following me and they saw the video, which is pretty cool. So hopefully that's a good thing. Hopefully do some collabs with people that I hang out with and stuff. I'm still down about it because I was really proud, but like I did everything. I couldn't done anything more. I think being British doesn't help, like generally, not because it's my accent and stuff and being British, but like obviously a lot of the creators are in similar time zones or the country or states, so you're able to mingle or connect with people easier where like other countries not as much and stuff. Like there is obviously UK like VTubers and stuff, but not nearly as much and creators out there, and it's like I think the bigger UK creators are a little bit different, like the more like FIFA. But yeah, I think I did my best. I think I don't have any regrets. I enjoyed myself. I was very appreciative of the time, and so we made some incredible videos. Some of them are very funny, some of them are very heartfelt, and you know I think the judges had to make a difficult decision, and they made a decision that they made, and all the best to the ones who got through. I think they do really well, and I think it'd be a great competition to keep following and stuff, and see how things progress. And again, like I've made connections for it. You know, I think it might be even more useful to work off the feedback you got from the time being than having advanced to stage 2 now and being overwhelmed with an unhealthy extent. There's a steep learning curve ahead and it might lead to frustration quickly. I agree. I think in hindsight, probably good that I didn't get through because I can work on the feedback and go, you know what? I can work on this, improve it, flesh it out a bit more. Flesh. I'm not always very self-praising on myself when I create stuff, like always like very critical of my stuff. But when I finished a video and even after yesterday, I was like, you know what? I did all I can. I could not have done anything better at that point. I think I did the best I could, and I'm still proud of the video and how I portrayed myself. And yeah, I'm very, very thankful. It's very surreal. A lot of emotions. Honestly, Warwick, you made me more interested in looking into VTubers for a very long time. It was so cool to see how many were down to earth and such. Honestly, that's the thing that I think people don't quite see. Like, oh, it's just like, it's just very surface value. And actually, for a lot of them, it isn't. It's just a vessel in a sense for them to be themselves on stream and have a community where they can't feel comfortable for either health reasons, disability reasons, or just that they don't want to be on camera. So it allows them a place to be themselves where they can't otherwise, which is very empowering. And can I just say thank you from the bottom of my heart? Like, seeing you all in the the Discord was amazing. Like, seeing you all in Discord, like all the comments was so nice over the last few hours. It was really, really nice. And in the chat as well. And again, like, I'm going to look back and be so proud of what we accomplished, because I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for you guys. I did it right. I'm a medium-sized creator, and I held my own with well-established creators in their own fields. Professional voice actors and actors and creators and stuff. And there's little on me in the UK working a full-time job and streaming on the side and doing okay. Bigger Than You also didn't pass. That is a very good point. A lot of them did not pass. That is a very good point, yes. I'm proud of me. And I don't say that out loud hardly ever. And I think that's pretty cool.